Good afternoon, Blue Valley North. Finally, we're here. It is so good to see you. Welcome to the 34th commencement ceremony for Blue Valley North. And everybody in the audience right now, I think this group deserves a round of applause for how patient they have been for this day to happen. I am Tyson Ostrowski, and as the proud principal of Blue Valley North High School, it is my privilege to welcome our graduates, our parents, family members, and friends for the commencement ceremony of this great school. So I haven't seen you guys for a while, and it's very good to see you. How many, I want to see a raise of hands, when you got up this morning and saw that this was postponed, went back to bed? Parents? I did. I was there. But we are here finally. I do have to say it's great to see all of you together again. These last 5 months have been tough. As a principal, I try to keep some of the normal routine. We've been having monthly fire and tornado drills at the house. Dogs have not enjoyed those. Every midday we have North time, and I stand at the doorway of the kitchen and pass out lunch trays. Make sure no backpacks get in the kitchen. But obviously nothing replaces the normal activities of school. To say that you have been robbed of a long list of culminating high school activities is an understatement. However, I have been so impressed by your resiliency, humor, grace during this extremely abnormal time. With that said, this is a celebration. We're going to focus on you and celebrate how proud we are of the class of 2020, because we are very proud of you. That's right, that deserves a little bit of applause. Before we get started, there have been a great deal of people who have worked tirelessly to create a brand new commencement event. These are the people that were out here at 5:30 setting things up and then tearing it back down again. I'm so honored to work alongside administrative staff who is dedicated to the success of Blue Valley North and has helped make today possible. While they're not on the stage, I would like to recognize Mickey Masterson, Corey Cox, Adam Wessel, and Kelly Curley for making today happen. I would also like to specifically thank our graduation team, administrative assistants Lisa Miller and Janet Roush, as well as our entire Blue Valley North office staff for all of their hard work in planning this impressive event. Please join me in thanking them, as well as the many others who had a part in planning this ceremony. It is also my privilege to introduce the guests on the stage today. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Tom Mitchell, Board of Education President. Amy Teisling, Board of Education Vice President. And board members Michelle Benjamin, Jody Dietz, Patrick Hurley, Stacy Obringer-Valhall, and Mike Seitz. We also have Deputy Superintendent Katie Collier. And last but not least, in her inaugural commencement ceremony as Blue Valley School District Superintendent of Schools and former principal of Blue Valley North High School, and it's her birthday, Dr. Tanya Merrigan. Thank you all for being here together. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce our first honorary senior speaker, Carrigan Rohach. Carrigan plans to attend UMKC and JCCC this fall and will concurrently double major in business management and biology on a pre-med track. Please join me in welcoming Carrigan to the stage. 2020.
On behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank everyone who makes Blue Valley North an excellent school. Our administration, teachers, staff, maintenance department, SROs, and the families of our seniors have shown much dedication and support these past few years to make our school not only a great place to learn, but feel like a home. Good morning. I'm in a rather awkward situation right now. This is the point in the ceremony in which I'm typically supposed to reminisce with you, my classmates, about all the life-changing memories we had throughout our high school to offer some closure to the 4 years we spent together. But how do we offer closure to something that ended over 2 months ago? It's like hearing a joke, but waiting to laugh at the punchline for a full week. I feel that it's no longer time to be reliving the highlights of our high school days. I mean, tomorrow is August 1st. I'm sure we have all closed the door on high school and are ready for the next stage in our lives. Instead, I want to discuss our role in the future and the opportunities we have as graduates in this new world. Times have changed. I don't need to recap what happened, but instead here's a Sparks Notes version. I went to class in my pajamas, I spoke to Siri and Alexa more than my own friends, and wars over toilet paper are being fought at the battlefields of Costco and Sam's Club. But on a more practical note, yes, times have changed. But time doesn't stop. Time keeps moving, and we have to move with it. Time didn't stop for our final semester together, or class day, or prom. And while we lamented over losing those coveted activities, look at us now. We all made it through without them. No broken bones or anything. Perhaps some broken hearts, but don't worry. Time can help healing those as well. The few potential memories lost are not what matters. It's the time we spend together and the intangible way we make each other feel that leaves a lifelong impression. It's a surreal feeling being able to see all of you today. Though I haven't seen many of you since our last day of school back in March, it really feels like we never left. And it's thanks to this. Seeing all of you today just feels like another Zoom call, just without the crazy backgrounds. Our worlds may have been turned upside down this semester, but we managed to stay together with our adaptability and creative thinking. So many people say that technology is pulling us apart, but in times that we face adversity, it was the glue that kept us together. In fact, we could have had our entire last semester online together taken as well. But how do we define this time that we spent away from each other? I don't want people to look back at the class of 2020 as the one that got lost in the history books, the one that was put on hold due to the pandemic. Instead, I thought of a term that best describes our past few months. Technically together. Though technically we were apart, we used our tech to stay together. I've heard a lot of discussion, both in our school community and around the country, that the class of 2020 will be lost in the crosshairs of history. That because our graduation was different and unconventional, that the final months together will simply fade away and be forgotten. I don't agree with this. The class of 2020 will not be erased, but instead mark the dawn of a new beginning. It was adapting to situations like these that really define who we will become. The fact that we made it through Zoom Valley North is a testament to that. High school in the United States will never be the same. The time shared together in those Disney Channel or movie-style high school moments won't exist in the near future. Typical high school activities such as cheering side by side at football games, singing in the choir, and even rushing through the halls with our friends are activities that will be changed forever for future classes. These changes are becoming the new normal, but we set the example. Within mere days, along with our teachers, we managed to transform a full 8-hour school day into a virtual classroom. We converted the social dynamic status quo of high school and completely transformed it to fit the needs of our community. If that isn't impressive, I don't know what else to say. Like a human chameleon, we adapted to our surroundings, put in the work, and finished strong. Keep up that drive in college and after. Don't ever lose that momentum. But what am I trying to say to you? What meaning can be pulled from these past few months and even years? What do I want to leave with you today? I've thought of two things. and they really just aren't for the graduates, but this applies to everyone here. Number 1, spend every moment working towards what you want. And number 2, learn to slow down and relax. I know these 2 points seem counterintuitive, but hold your judgment. My first point, spending every moment working towards a goal. We learn now that nothing is certain or permanent and can be canceled, postponed, or ported to Zoom at a moment's notice. Take action now while you can and savor the moments. If you want to be a doctor, stop dreaming. Take extra classes and graduate early to achieve that goal sooner. If you want to be a lawyer, pick up some old bar prep books and get ahead of the curve. If you want to be an artist, keep perfecting your craft. The point here is we all have something we want out of life. And if you truly want that goal, you'll make every decision in the context of getting there. The fact it may be unattainable due to extraneous means should only fuel your desire for success. It's going to take time to realign, but don't put things off and make excuses. It's also very important to learn to slow down and relax. We have really been given a unique gift these past few months in the sense that we all have a bit more time. Little to no commutes and lighter traffic due to work from home requirements, canceled social events, and shorter retail location hours all give us more time to spend in a way. In a way, while time keeps moving, we are all moving back to a society similar to our parents. Shops closed earlier, and ultimately, families were closer. It's just the way it was back then, so enjoy the bit of extra time you have right now. It's cliche, but our lives really were hustle and bustle prior to March. Enjoy this extra time you have now. The rest of our lives will be filled with studying and work. Use this time to reflect on where you've been and where you are heading. We've overcome adversity and we can do it again. This may be the last time we are all together for quite some time, but we also thought March 12th was the last day we would see each other. But if this is truly the last time we will all be together, I'd like to say one more thing. You all look really hot in your mask. And I'm not just saying that because of the temperature. Seriously, any color goes with our blue gowns. Congratulations to you all. And remember, though why we are apart, we are all still technically together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carrigan. I'm now honored to introduce our next speaker, Lakshitha Premanad. Lakshitha plans to attend Purdue University this fall and will major in engineering. Please join me in welcoming Lakshitha to the stage.
Friends, family, staff, and esteemed guests, welcome. I know that this day isn't what we expected, but on behalf of the class of 2020, I'd like to thank everyone for making this somewhat unconventional graduation happen. I know that a lot of hard work and meetings went into making this day the best that it could possibly be, given the circumstances. To the class of COVID-19, I offer my condolences. I know that this year was supposed to be our pivotal year, the year where we all grew up, and I know it seems as if that was wrecked. Take heart in the fact that despite social distancing, the virus has a way of bringing us together. Not one person has to go through this alone. Not one person has to suffer by themselves. I went through my high school career always putting off fun until senior year, second semester. I thought that would be my time to relax completely and not worry about anything. Ironically, I am pretty relaxed and I don't really have much to worry about. And I know that makes me sound privileged, and honestly, I am. We are all so privileged to be here with an amazing education and being surrounded by people who inspire you, whether that be your friends, your teachers, mentors, or family. Never thought I'd be sad to leave BVN, but I know I will be. Little things like the Dad's Club bringing breakfast to us in the mornings, and the janitors who always greeted students with a smile will be hard to find in the new chapter we're about to enter. I will always remember moments like dancing to foreign songs during the homecoming parade with the diversity club and goofing off during K-pop rehearsals because of that community that we formed. Now I'd like to thank a few people, which is the staple in every speech. These past few months, I've learned a lot about gratitude and how it can make someone's day, whether that be an essential worker or your mom for making your favorite meal. Just think about someone who you really want to say thank you to, maybe someone who has helped make these 4 years easier. My answer to these statements is easy, and it comes in 3 categories: family, friends, and mentors. To our families, for keeping us sane for all 4 years. You pushed us more than you know, and we would be nowhere without you. To our friends, for always being there for us and being the constant that was needed these past few months, where there was nothing to hold on to. Thank you to our mentors and our teachers for guiding us throughout this process and for having regular Zooms so we can see people other than our parents. And finally, thank you to each and every one of you for making this community what it is. To the staff, students, and families of the class of 2020, I say thank you for making this place so hard to leave. Though there's still a long way to go, you should all be very proud of the progress we have made together. I know we all counted down days until our last first day of high school, the last day we had to go to class, and finally graduation. And now that it's here, I wish I could go back and spend more time laughing with my friends during North time, sitting on the floor of the 300 hall. I wish I would have just slowed down a little in the hallways and looked around at the artwork that was in the back of the 400, or the murals that were painted on the walls. Each step that we took at Blue Valley North told stories of the classes before us and what they thought, and I wish we would have taken the time to notice and appreciate those stories. Many events we were looking forward to got canceled or postponed, and no matter how much anyone else says that they get it, we know that they don't. All of the last that previous seniors got to experience, like class days, senior picnics, and our last goodbyes to our teachers, we don't get them. But I know that it'll inspire us to look at what we have that others don't. I know that we will grow from this experience just as we have grown from every other one, good and bad. Everything does happen for a reason, and I firmly believe that this is just another test, and I know we will all pass and rise to the occasion. As our English teachers would say, there's always a meaning as a whole to everything we do. Beautiful moments can always be found in the ugly. So seniors, I hope everything we've gone through together these past 4 years has helped shape you into the person that you are. Remember what these past few months have taught you. Use your voice to speak out for issues that you care about. Donate, sign petitions, and at the very least, register to vote, because this year has been proven to be unpredictable. You are in charge of your own opinions and how you represent them, especially in college. Whether you'll be living 30 minutes away or across the country next year, I wish you the very best of luck in all of your endeavors. I hope college and your life is everything you've hoped for and more. Our education this year has been insanely different in ways we never could have imagined. We usually get graded on argument essays or math tests, but this year we earned an education that is invaluable and can't be written in Times New Roman 12-point font. One that can't be measured by a score out of 100. We've learned to take advantage of every moment, to enjoy every hardship and every last, because we never know when it might be taken away from us. Class of 2020, congratulations and the very best of luck to each and every one of you. It's a great day to be a Mustang.
Thank you very much, Lakshitha. We would now like to recognize several groups of students with academic honors. The first group of students are graduating with the cum laude distinction, which signified a grade point average of at least 4.0. Will all seniors in this special group of students please stand and be recognized? Let's give them a round of applause. The next group of seniors we would like to recognize are those graduating with the distinction of magna cum laude, which signifies a cumulative GPA of at least 4.3. Will these students please stand so we can congratulate them? Finally, we want to honor those students who are graduating with our highest academic achievement, summa cum laude. These students have a cumulative GPA of 4.5 or higher. Will these students please stand and be recognized for this outstanding achievement? Well done, well done. Class of 2020, it is true that today is a day of celebration. However, the fact of the matter is today is not just about you. You did not just snap your fingers and become a fully realized high school graduate. You are a product of people who have loved and invested in what you have become. To paraphrase the poet, no one is an island entire of itself. Everyone is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. It's important that we take a moment to acknowledge the people on your continent who are here today. First, to the teachers and faculty of Blue Valley North. Personally, one of the honors of my life was being named principal of this school because it meant that I would have the privilege of working alongside the most professional and impressive collection of educators that you will find anywhere in the country. This staff values the power of education and understands that true learning exists when there is a personal relationship with each student. Graduates, the educators sitting among you have worked tirelessly to help you succeed and, most importantly, have cared deeply for your well-being. Because of this, you will remember many of these people for the rest of your lives. I would like to ask every staff member of Blue Valley North in attendance here today to stand and be recognized for their hard work and dedication toward the class of 2020. Thank you. Next, we need to talk about the people in the stands. Your parents, guardians, and loved ones are educators in their own right. They have helped develop the personality and characteristics that make you, you. They've cheered you on during your successes and have helped you get back on your feet after your failures. Graduates, never forget the impact that family has on your life and how important they will be as you move forward. Parents and guardians, would you please stand so we can thank you for the support you have shown toward Blue Valley North and to the class of 2020. Okay, graduates, this day is also very much about you. As a group of individuals, you are an extremely impressive group. I could spend hours discussing the countless accomplishments you have achieved in the classroom, in your extracurricular endeavors, and on the athletic field. As I look out amongst this group, I am so proud that you have used your individual strengths and talents to make Blue Valley North such a special place. We live in a time that is challenging in numerous ways. However, I am encouraged knowing that you all are moving on to become the leaders, helpers, and healers in our society. As the past year has taught us, while there will be so much that will be out of your control, the positive decisions you make and the conduct of your character will put you in the best position to make your dreams possible. I know that is true with this class because I've witnessed it firsthand. You've worked together in the classroom, hoisted trophies with your teammates. You faced tragedy and supported each other through grief. You have served your community and you've traveled the globe. The graduates in this stadium here this afternoon have nothing to fear about the future. Your actions and the individual efforts are a model for future Blue Valley North classes. And as a whole, you are a true example of what it means to be Mustang proud. Thank you very much, class of 2020. And now it's time for the good stuff. Would the graduating class of 2020 please stand? The faculty and administration of Blue Valley North High School are recommending each of you for graduation. You have completed the requirements of a high school diploma as set forth by the state of Kansas, State Board of Education, and the Blue Valley Unified School District number 229 Board of Education. Members of the board, on behalf of the faculty and administration, I present to you the Blue Valley North High School class of 2020 for receipt of their diplomas. Yeah, that's an applause line. Faculty members presenting the class for their diplomas are Jeff Breedlove, Rebecca Dalton, Diane Morris, Jody Johnson, and Chris Olig. On behalf of the senior class, it is requested that members of the audience refrain from the use of air horns, noisemakers, or any other action that would take away from the dignity of this once-in-a-lifetime ceremony. Every student should have the opportunity to have their name read and heard by the audience at this program. Also, no one will be allowed on the field to photograph students. However, a professional photography company will mail sample close-up photos to you for purchase if you wish. So graduates, this is what you got to do, okay? There's going to be 3 picture spots over there, up here on the stage, and after you get your diploma on the side. So make sure that you stop for those pictures. Also, you need to make sure that you bring your name card that's taped to your seat, so go ahead and grab that right now, because you will hand it to us before you come to the stage. Now, graduates in the first row, please proceed to the stage. All other graduates can be seated until they are directed to approach the stage. Remember to bring your name card as you come up.
Jacob Lewis Abrams. Madeline Abrams. Stacy Emily Agamer. Avery Miles Ain. Aaron Joshua Ackridge. Ella Lixia Alexander. Satir Wanel Allen. Khalil Monte Allen. Brock Taylor Anderson. Dylan Michael Anderson. Leah Abigail Anderson. Danish Ahmad Ansari. Mohammed Shamir Arshad. Ajay Viravan Armagam. Fatima Asif. Nathan James Bakhta. Taylor Praise Bagsby. Hanush Reddy Bareddy. Kayla Janae Barfield. Andrea M. Basalo. Jacob Michael Badaglioli. Ava Downs Becker. Bennett Lee DeMarsh Beckman. Amelia Grace Benjamin. Ethan John Bennett. Joshua Jacob Bennett. Samishti Batai. Judy Bai. Sarah Priya Biswas. Benjamin Michael Bjorseth. Nicholas Joel Blackford. Cade Christian Bohannon. Landon Shea Bold. Beatrice Castro Borquez. Charles Martin Borquin. Shanir Bragula. Matthew Roswell Brimacombe. Amelia K. Brown. Noah Chiappoloni Brown. Nicholas Marsh Buffo. Carly May Bullock. Taylor Angelica Burns. Haley Alexandra Byrne. Daniel John Caddy. Jessica Maria Campagnolo. Joseph Michael Campagnolo. Laura Elizabeth Campbell. Nico Kano Katsanuma. John Grant Carlton. Kennedy Ray Carpenter. Declan Patrick Carter. Lauren Elizabeth Cassidy. Azel Castro. Maximus James G. Cattabog. Nawal Chima. Addison Lee Chelberg. Anjali Chowdhury. Claire Ruth Christensen. Robert Anthony Clark. Ryan Daniel Clark. Brett Collier. Campbell Wesley Collins. Marco Antonio Collins. Davis Allen Cooper. Adriana Isabel Cordero Pavan. Eliana Carmela Corpin. Claire Ellen Cottle. Anthony Caden Counts. Elizabeth Ann Christ. Dahlia Kukerkorn. Angela Marie Daffer. Troy Giano Diamico. Raina Maayan Daniels. Samuel Zachary Davis. Camilla de Oliveira Saboya. Jack Power DeBow. Isaac Decker. Jacob Carl Degner.
Gabriel Zechariah Deng. Henry Monroe Dew. Jack Francesco DePalo. Ashton Markale Dice. Nicholas Allen DeGiorgio. Avery Grace Dilly. Kiera Ann Donovan. Spencer James Drew. Nicholas Trey D'Souza. Otto William Dunn. Haley Lauren Duquet. Zachary Don Early. Nathan Richard Ekman. Annie Claire Edgeller. Sarah Ann Edwards. Stacy Ann Edwards. Luke Ryan Erkey. Cameron Jerome Ernst. James David Eshelman. Bailey Elaine Espinosa. Noah Matthew Espinosa. Todd David Eubanks. Claire Valerie Evans. Briley Elizabeth Everhart. Nicholas Philip Ian. Nicholas McKillop Farrell. Lexi Nicole Farrington. Brent William Ferris. Magdalene Ray Furch. Paul Demetrio Fernandez. Ashlyn Paige Ficker. Amelia Sundia Philby. Samuel Liam Fink. Cole Lawrence Fishman. Keaton Nicole Fitz. Timothy Joseph Foster. Rocco James Faust. Gabriel John Freeman. Alexandra Elise Fulford. Mitchell Graham Gaddert. Sophie Elizabeth Galan. Sarah Elizabeth Galapo. Carlos Antonio Santiago Gamo. Jagruth Ganta. Alce Paul Garcia. Gaurav Ghosh. Jeff Stevens Gilgis. Andrew Thomas Gillum Gorkin. Elena Maria Girolametto. Emma Sophia Girolametto. Nicholas Joseph Gittemeyer. Elizabeth Marie Goodwin. Evan Holmes Gorley. James Robert Carl Gorman. Courtney Solkin Gotskin. Griffin Gabriel Gray. William Perry Grice. John Gregory Griffiths. Kanal Gupta. Trinity Catherine Hadel. Nicholas Scott Hafford. Caitlin Hahn. Sam Hamidpour. Charles Tristram Haynes. Arissa Rose Harish. Jennifer Yufei He. Sophia Marie Hegeman. Anya Stephanie Helzer. Sean Hendershot. Lauren James Hess. Peyton Olivia Heibarger. Maria Kathleen Hill. Tevin Kai Hill. William Gabriel Hillier. Joshua Brian Himstead. Allie Burke Hoban. Lucas Anton Howard. Zoya Tamara Howard. Julia Elise Huff.
Can I take this? Olivia Bell Humphrey. Luca Donovan Ikovich. Tamim Musab Jaber. Kiara Ann Jadlow. Ethan Gabriel Azar Jagoda. Mohamed Farzad Janjua. Macy Jensen. Roman Luis Jessup. Dier Corleon Johnson. Sophia Brooke Jones. Seneca Marie Jones. Rushab P. Joshi. Evan Maxwell Kaiser. Lasiezri Kambampati.
Jenna Tang. Joseph Henry Kaplan. Aiden Kurt Karpin. Riyad Faraz Katan. Adam Patrick Kafusman. Ashlyn Bridget Kennedy. Ben John Keogh. Hallie Ann Kern. Nathaniel Sebastian Catron. Dean Cyrus Kajanuri. Nigura Kurumova. Tate Alexander Keene. Jude Kia Kalongson. Cole Michael King. Jake Robert Kish. Elizabeth Drew Nybert. Reese Mathieu Ko. Shri Vidya Kandi. Samuel Kosarabad. Evan John Kastuk. Cassandra May Kramer. Mallory Kate Kruger. Rohan Giridhar Kudravali. Sarah Gloria Lanneman. Malaya Kiani Lancaster. Kiera Elena Larson. Nina Germaine Laville. Eleanor Irina Lane. Brianna Renee Lee. Megan Levy. Benjamin Andrew Levinson. McKenna Caroline Lewis. Jacob Edward Lieberman. Jack Lilly. Joseph Lilly. Connor Matthew Loftus. Ananda Marie Lopez. Davina Love. Aiden Farrell Luther. Alex Ryan Macy. Isabella Maldonado. Ashton Kate Maloney. Salvatore Joey Menino. Alexandria Nicole Martin. Megan Nicole McConnell. Avery James McCreary. Olivia Joy McCready. Daniel Gunder McIntyre. Shannon Valerie McKay. Davion Jamal McKinney. George Brooks McKinney. Jake McCowan. Emma Elizabeth Mealy. Isabella Grace Melcher. Cameron Dexter Mendelson. Ella Grace Meyer. Travis Forbes Miller. Singnanadeep Reddy Midapali. Tiffany Renee Mohat. Jacob Alexander Mondry. Hilda Morales Cronques. Liam Kenneke Morley. Matthew Robert Motley. Moses Mugisha. Julia Elizabeth Mullinax.
Rian Munir. Rajeen Nagpal. Manasathvik Nandigama. Elizabeth Catherine Nanny. Stacy Naipani Naduritu. Caleb Douglas Nelson. Sean Tanner Nyans. Haley Kate Nichols. Neha Nidala. Thomas Charles Knoll. Sean Patrick North. Kara Nicole Olander. Brianna Margaret O'Leary. Liam O'Leary. Helen May O'Neill. Owen Patrick O'Neill. Caitlin Marie Paget. Colin James Palmer. Mira Ami Panja. Eve Kyung Park. Han Yoon Park. Jusung Park. Dhruvi Dakshes Patel. Sydney Jade Peterson. Josiah L. Peeler. Elena Jane Pennington. Maria Clara Gonzalez Percy Viasia. Emily Perez. Julia Elizabeth Perlis. Nicholas Charles Perry. Acacia Tanae Piesick. Olivia Audrey Peterson. Annika Elizabeth Petrican. Ryan John Piccolo. Isha S. Pirani. Anastasia Sue Place. Jonathan Michael Place. David Ryan Picorni. Lucas Joseph Povich. Lakshitha Premanan. Daniel Thomas Presley. Jacob Douglas Punch. McComb Ty Dean Purcell. Samuel Mark Persley. Antonia Sadie Quinn. Luke Douglas Rayford. Addison Elizabeth Rain. Leopold Vanderval Ritter Rakowski. Abe Anup Ramachandran. Caitlin Elizabeth Ramber. Micah Paul Redenbaugh. Jonathan Lawrence Reed. Grace Elizabeth Reininga, Lillian Jane Reininga, Samantha Rhodes, Jackson Steele Roan, James Peyton Roby, William James Robinson, Micah Andrew Ronig, Tatiana Sylvia Lynn Rogers, Carrigan Rohach, Meredith Brooke Rosenberg, Ethan Warner Rosenthal, Amelia Aaron Ross, Lauren Alexandria Roth, Taylor Marie Rohde, Laura Elise Ruckman, Anthony Rocco Russo, Sylvia Madison Sadat, Delana Tosh Walker Sandin, Malik Christopher Sandifer, Olivia Marie Saris, Amar Abed Syed, Nathan Alexander Shanker, Abigail May Shinstock, Emma Ray Shinstock, Patrick Richard Smith, Eric Michael Schultz,
Thanks. Callie Ann Seck, Franklin Segura Fuertes, Sydney Marie Siegel, Benjamin Ryan Senglaub, Malika Shahid, Emerson Rose Shelton, Amelia Maria Schenk, John Ryan Sheplak, Ricky Shu, Jackson Samuel Siegman, Nirvan Silswall, Justin Danielle Simmons Bailey, Jacob Matthew Skid, Taylor Brooke Slusher, Carter Bradley Smith, Julian Whitfield Smith, Paige Elizabeth Smith, Emily Page Soba, Louisa Sokol Basse, Max Chaffin Sapinski, Jack Souder, Reed Walker Spockman, Sarah Victoria Springer, Decker Gray Starr, Carissa Ann Stevens, Richard Landis Stewart, Annie Elizabeth Steer, Tate Edward Stockton, James Charles Stubbers, Daniel Bamihas Stutz, Kaushik Subramanian, Roriker Anthony Swenson, Amelia Lang Toronto, Bo Terrell, Quinn Nicholas Thielman, Johnny Ray Thompson, Devin Scott Jarks, Yvonne Tonkovic Kappen, Carlos Anthony Trailer, Robert Benjamin Triben, Austin Singh, Caroline Irene Turk, Jack Michael Ullman, Matthew Sean Van Leuven. Vivasvat Vatat Majab. Jacob Vapel. Ava Rose Verzani. Andrew Gamble Waldron. Aaron Jeffrey Waldschmidt. Andrew Shatrov Walker. Hao Yun Wong. Jerry Zhenshao Wong. Aiden Waters Staley. James Thomas Weck. Wyatt Wellholter. Hayden Cole Westerfield. Logan Alexander Wheeler. Sophia Rose White. Amy Shea Whitworth. Brooke Elaine Williams. Emily Lynn Williams. Griffin John Williams. Jacob Thomas Wilson. Madeline Pearl Wilson. Lauren O'Neill Wilson. Lindsay Kathleen Wilson. Sophia Rose Espy Wilson. Joseph Glazer Wolf. Benjamin Wolter. Weston Randall Womack. Connor Woosley. Braden Gordon Wordsworth. Orion Lene Wright. Ariane. Nam Young Yu. Noah Lee Young. Bo Zhu Zhao. Iridian Zarita Lopez. Jennifer Lee Zuspan.
At long last, right? We got it in. We did it. Class of 2020, please stand. That's right. Keep giving them a hand. They deserve it. You know, this has been a rough year, but we will never forget you. Never. We will never forget this class. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying that you are a graduate. Now, would you please look in the audience, locate your parents, grandparents, family members, and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce the Blue Valley North graduates for the year 2020. Throw those caps. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, class of 2020. Take care. punctuation mark.